Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing your daily Walking Dead video for today. In this one, I'm going to give my thoughts on a fairly recent casting for The Walking Dead Season 8. That is for Maria Bello. Alright, so a few people asked me to give my thoughts on this one. I'll put the link in the description for you guys. You can go ahead and check out a few different pieces of info. We've got screencrush.com that has the details about the casting. This was announced a few months ago. I intended to do a video on it, but was just so busy with the back half of Season 7 and doing all the videos we did for that I didn't get around to it until now. And plus, we're getting closer to Season 8 now, so it makes more sense for me to give my thoughts on it now. A lot of people are speculating that this could be the casting for Alpha, who is, of course, the leader of the Whispers in the Walking Dead comic book series, and we should see them actually start to at least get hinted at within the next season, depending on how long they decide to use All Out War for. If they go based on kind of Season 7 pacing, then All Out War may last the whole year, maybe all of Season 7. And if they decide to speed it up a bit, then maybe it'll just be like the first half of Season 8 or something. Either way, as long as they do a good job with it, I'll be happy with it. And we should see the Whispers either second half of Season 8 or Season 9, at least starting to be, kind of introduced. It does feel a little bit too early for me for casting for Alpha for Season 8, because I was thinking like with Whispers, you're probably looking at more Season 9, because there's even some stuff in between in the Walking Dead comic book series, the end of All Out War, and when the Whispers actually do show up. So like, for example, there's a time skip and then you kind of get caught up with everybody, so they could definitely expand on that. So I'm thinking that with this one, most likely Whispers and Alpha, you're looking at probably Season 9. Season 8 just feels a little bit too early for me, but for those of you who are asking, definitely get my thoughts on it anyway. And who knows, I mean, you never know with the TV series what they're going to do. To be honest, I didn't think we were going to see Negan by the end of Season 6, and we did. We saw him in the finale, which was really nice to see. And I really didn't think that in the finale for Season 7, we were going to see any of All Out War. And we actually saw almost half of it. A good portion of it really got caught up pretty good. So we're almost halfway through All Out War at this time, even after like one big episode, which was the finale. So Maria Bello cast, so is it Alpha or not? So it says AMC's flagship hit is already looking forward to Season 8. As Max Steel star, Maria Bello has apparently secured a role in The Walking Dead's 2017 season. Take this with a minor grain of salt for the moment, but Bello shared the news with People magazine, or People, adding that her connections with the show apparently earned her an unspecified role in Season 8. I am obsessed with the show, she said. I have a friend who's a producer on it, and I've asked them to write me a part, which apparently they are for next season. Mind you, Bello's producer friend could just as easily shuffle the actress in under layers of makeup as a zombie, something Bello herself even suggested. Certainly fans of the franchise would love to see Bello take on the role of the next comic baddie, Alpha, though it would seem a tad early to start thinking about new villains, even in Season 8. And I agree with everything in that statement. So as far as her look, though, when you look at her and then you look at Alpha from the comic book series, I mean, it's like spitting image, right? It's like pretty much exactly. So even the shape of the face and the eyes, when you compare them, the two side by side, you look at kind of the way Charlie Adler draws Alpha, and also the facial structure. Maria Bello has a very tight facial structure, very low body fat percentage, right? So very, very slim, and then the eyes, the way the eyes are kind of shaped, to me is like exact. I mean, it's probably, it might even be closer than JDM as Negan, to be honest. It's pretty much right on. So that would be really cool to see, and I hope that they would do that. I would really like to see that, but it just seems so early to me that I'm thinking that probably not. And also what she says here in the article, it sounds more to me like she's just kind of going to have like a fun little role in the show, but probably nothing major. She could just be downplaying it, though, and acting like it's no big deal, because she is, she has had a lot of different, pretty big roles she's been in. If you look at her IMDb, I'll put the link in the description. Max Steel, Prisoners, Grown Ups, and Grown Ups 2, and there's just so many others. You got to check the list to see, because there might be some that you've seen. Tons of TV shows and movies, right, that she's been in over the years. So a really well-established actress, and just based on the look alone, it's like, man, that looks a lot like that could be Alpha. So who knows? You never know. Maybe they will go through the rest of All Out War pretty quickly, and we could see kind of something for the Whisperers, either second half of season 8 or season 9. But I'm leaning probably towards her not being Alpha, and it's probably being season 9. But either way, it's fun to at least think about it and to look at it and see how she would be for Alpha, because we should start talking about who we think they'll cast for Alpha, because of course we're getting pretty close to the Whisperers now, and they did bring in Negan sooner than I thought they were going to. So. Yeah, good stuff. I'm looking forward to, season 8, looking forward to seeing the Whisperers either late season 8 or season 9, probably season 9. So you guys can write your comments below, though. How do you think that she would be as cast as Alpha? Do you think she looks like Alpha like I do? Write your comments below. Let me know what you guys think about the possibility. We'll do a few of your guys' Q&A questions for today. The first one is from Marco Malbasic, who says, Hey, Trey, have a question. It's not related to season 7 or 8, but it's an interesting topic. I just watched an interview with Greg Nicotero and Andrew Lincoln. Nicotero said even with Negan on board, he thinks that Merle Dixon is his favorite and top antagonist of the show. I know you already did video reviews about villains. I just wanted to see what you think of his opinion, and if you could do a quick comparison of Negan and Merle. So that's interesting to hear that his favorite villain, or the villain he thinks is the best, is Merle. And Michael Rooker as Merle was an awesome villain, for sure. There's no question about it. He was fantastic in the show. I loved to see him on The Walking Dead. He was great. And I liked how he transformed as well, too. He's part of what made Season 3 one of my favorite seasons up until about Season 5 or 6. It was my favorite out of the first 4. It still is. It's just a great season, and Merle just really elevated the Governor, made it a lot better. It was just, it was really, really great. I mean, they're both two entirely different types of villains, though. In one case, you have Merle, Michael Rooker, who's fantastic and really fun, and really cool as Daryl's kind of older brother, but he's, part of Woodbury. He's kind of an underling of the Governor, and even though he turns on him at the end and does some pretty awesome things near the finale there, which was really incredible. Negan is like your zombie apocalypse overlord, so he's more comparable, I would say, to the Governor. But for sure, everybody, can have their own favorite and fan favorite type of villain. There's nothing wrong with that. But, there's different levels of villains. Merle is kind of probably, I would say, a mid-tier type villain. I would never really see Merle leading his own group, I suppose. I can really see that. I don't know if he's the type of character that would really care to do that. He doesn't seem to me to have the motivation to kind of want to do something like what Negan has done. So for me, Negan is like my all-time favorite Walking Dead villain. Even up until today, even with some newer villains later on in the comic book series, he's still my favorite, and I don't know if that will ever change for Walking Dead. He's becoming one of my favorite characters in comics in general, especially since Marvel and DC's been doing okay, but Marvel hasn't been doing really well the last few years. Jermaine Wolf says, Q&A, Trev, do you think we will miss much of Negan in Season 8, since JDM was announced in Rampage starring The Rock, and if you have covered this, then sorry, I can't keep up with your vids, Trev. Keep it up, though, LOL. So, and that's just to say, Jermaine, as well as everybody else, no, that's cool, man. That's the idea, right? I mean, I don't expect for anybody to watch every single video I produce when I'm producing, 9 or 10 or 11 or 12 videos in a week. That's not the intention, I mean, if you miss a few, no big deal. If you want to go back and watch one that you missed, like after this video, if you guys want to check out another one, absolutely. They're there for you guys to check out. They'll probably always be there for you guys to check out if you ever want to go back and watch one. So that's your call, but I don't expect anybody to watch every single video. I appreciate you guys if you do, though, like anyone who does every day on a daily watch, one video from me. I appreciate that, guys. You guys are awesome. So, but yeah, that's really cool news to hear that his career is already kind of, well, he was already big to begin with even before The Walking Dead, but now that he's playing Negan, I mean, he's his career is probably just going to get even better afterwards, right? So, but playing with The Rock, that'd be really, really cool, because The Rock is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, star in Hollywood, I want to say, at this point, right? So even from his early days, I met The Rock, too, actually, when he was Rocky Maivia, back when when he was wrestling. He'd go around in the house shows and that, and got to meet him at a house show. Really cool, really nice guy for sure. And I kind of always has been down to earth. You can see him on talk shows and that. You see, that hasn't really changed. So he deserves all the success that he's had, obviously. He's a super hard worker and an amazing guy. Really cool to watch him back in the wrestling days, and then now being one of the biggest stars in Hollywood. So for him to get to work, for JDM to get to work with him is awesome for sure. And I'll look forward to actually watching that because now JDM is one of my favorite, actors as well too, because he was in Watchmen before, which is one of my favorite comic book movies as the comedian, and he was fantastic in that. And now seeing him as Negan in The Walking Dead, and also of course he was in Batman v Superman real quick. So just a quick scene there near the beginning as Thomas and Martha Wayne, really cool. But I don't think we'll probably miss having him in the show because like this back half, for example, of season 7, he was only in like a few episodes out of it, and that's fine. He doesn't have, I don't think your bad guy has to be in every episode, even if he just shows up or he has a few episodes here and there, that's fine. If they just had him in the first 4 episodes of season 8 and then the next 4 he wasn't in them or he was only in one of them, I'd be fine with that too. He doesn't have to be in every single one, but I don't think it hurts the episodes to have him there because he's such a force as a villain. It's awesome to see. So I wouldn't worry about it. Yes, a lot of the different cast members, Lenny James has got his own show he's doing, and a lot of them have different projects they're working on now. The show has just become so big with so much of a cast, like so many different people involved, that they're not going to be in every episode. You're not going to see JDM in every single episode, or even Andrew Lincoln in every episode of season 7. He was only in 10 or something like that out of 16. So that's kind of crazy when you think about it. So that's just the direction of the show going forward, and they're going to have time to work on other projects, I would think. Plus, you don't know how big his role is going to be, a starring role, but well, we'll see. Norman Reedus was starring in what was the movie called? 999, and he's like barely in the movie. I was pretty disappointed when I saw that. So Dr. Death says, Q&A Trev, what season would you say is the most rewatchable? Why do you not have any giant women figures made in the background? Seems like you're missing Michonne for sure. 3-0's on it. 3-0's going to be making a Michonne, and I'll definitely buy that. So you'll see I'll do a review of the Michonne when it hits, and I'll put her in the background. So there's that. The Carol. There's a Carl, actually, and there's a Carol, which I was thinking about putting together, but I haven't done it yet because they're a couple $100, so it's a bit. And this year I haven't really been buying just about anything. I've just kind of been frugal. I don't really buy a lot of stuff. Maybe some T-shirts from discount store and that kind of stuff, like small stuff, small figures and stuff, but not a whole lot. Like nothing crazy expensive or anything this year. So if I ever get back into it and I start buying some more expensive stuff, then that's probably something I would, but I don't know if I'm going to be honest. I kind of like being frugal too. It just takes all the pressure off. I feel like I don't really need to buy anything. I'm cool. Everything's good. Got tons of stuff already, so it's cool. Just being satisfied with what you have already, So, but I might put together a Carol or definitely get the Michonne when it comes out because that one is really hard to pass up. That one looks great, and it looked really good in the background too, next to Rick for sure. What season do I think is the most rewatchable of The Walking Dead? Season 6 is kind of like a dream come true for me as a fan of zombie apocalypse shows. Getting to see the huge zombie herd, the first half. Thank You and No Way Out, and then finally coming into Negan at the end. That might be the best season ever for me. I don't know if they'll ever pass that. We'll have to see. If the show keeps getting bigger, though, and they keep doing more stuff, then they probably will eventually. But right now, season 6 is just like, oh man, I loved season 6 so much. It was so much fun, and that's probably my favorite year to be a YouTuber and also a fan of Walking Dead because making all the videos, the passion, the hype was there, everything was there. Just really enjoying it like more than ever. Some seasons it is, some seasons it's not. For example, season 4 was a season where it was like I wasn't feeling it as much. Season 7, a little bit there, dip in the middle, but it came back at the end, and I'm starting to really feel it again now. So that's kind of normal. It kind of goes up and down. Your interest in the show and your interest in things for sure. Most rewatchable for me, season 6, but some others. Season 3, I may have seen season 3 more than any other season. Season 2, a lot of people really love that because it's so kind of nostalgic and classic with the Shane and Rick and that. And even watching the finale the other day, it still holds up really, really well. It holds up great. So, it's up to everybody. Everybody's got their kind of favorite. Season 1 is cool to always go back and look at for nostalgia. So, for me, though, season 6 probably the best. And then maybe I go with it's kind of in the order of the seasons I view as the best. Like 6, 5, maybe like 3 after that, and then maybe 7, and then 4 or 2 and 1 and 4 somewhere down near the bottom. So most rewatchable, I'll go with season 6 right now. And we'll just do a couple more. Next one's from Trev's Chan Rules. He says, hey man, I was super excited when Scott Kimball said The Walking Dead first 4 episodes of season 8 would blow our minds. Then I thought, wait, All Out War can't be done in just 4 episodes. It's too big of a comic storyline. The Governor battle could have been 4 episodes, but this is a war. I'd say at least 8 to 9 episodes for All Out War. Your thoughts, Trev? Well, the problem is they already went through a good portion of All Out War in the finale. That's the thing. Like, they used almost all of Volume 1 in the finale episode. A good portion portion of it anyway. So at this point, there's a few more battles we can see. I think they're going to be able to stretch this out, because if you think about it, there's other things they could tie into. What about the group of the saviors that were going to the kingdom? What about them? What about, is it Jared and the others, Gavin? What about them? That's a whole episode in and of itself. If you see the kingdom kind of track that group down and get into it with them and get into a battle and kill them, you could do at least a whole episode on that with the kingdom. You've got the Oceanside still out there. You've got the Junkyard group still out there. So I think that the first 4 episodes could be a super sweet battle. I don't think it'll be the definitive final battle. If they did that, I'd be like, oh, they're jumping the gun a bit, which they did do with Terminus, which was awesome to see in terms of quality, but I just felt like they could have done more with that. They really went through it fast, and it's different styles for the show. If you look at something like season 3, they kind of drew out the battle between Woodbury and the prison. They had a lot of back and forth. I actually thought that was good. I thought that was really good the way they did it, except for the ending wasn't the best. But, what can you do? Like the finale for season 3. But something like that, I would like to see at least half a season. 4 episodes for the rest of All Out War, to me, seems like it's a little bit too quick. If they extend them, though, and they're really good, I guess it could be okay like Terminus and could be really exciting at that time, and then kind of slow down a little bit afterwards into kind of the regular flow of the season, which is more like a lot what we see in season 7, kind of a regular, a little bit slower flow for Walking Dead compared to season 6 or 3 or Terminus, first few episodes from season 5. And that'll be it for today's video, guys. I hope you liked it. Let me know what you think about Maria Bello's casting, whether or not you think she could be Alpha, or if you think like me, it's probably too early, but you could definitely see her playing the role. If you like this video, please thumb it up below. You can also share, you can favorite, and if you're new and you want to subscribe, be sure to click that button bottom left to subscribe, turn on the notifications with the bell, and send me questions for more Q&As. That's it for this one today, guys. It's Trev, and I'm saying peace.